So Dad's report channel on 8. The only channel you need to watch, the only channel to see. The channels you watch, the channels I see. Don't need to impress, only to express. Today is Tuesday the 13th of June 2023. It's a lovely hot sunny day. It's like proper weather. We haven't actually proper June weather now finally. Last few days. It's lovely. I'm out in Wimbledon, Common, Stroke, Putney Heath. Massive jungle in London. It just goes to show how overpopulated the world is, you know. We're in the biggest city in UK. I think London population inside the M25 circle, I think it's almost 10 million people, maybe 9 million people, something like that. I know the inner section of London is like 7 million or 6 million. But yeah, the whole area itself, what is going to be the U-Link zone, it's about 9-10 million people. And I'm in London. This is London. Yeah, it's well overpopulated. Most populated city in the UK. Check out how unpopulated it is. I mean, I get the odd dog walking going past, you know. But yeah. And there's this one, we've got Wimbledon Common where I'm now. Putney Heath, Richmond Park. There's herds of wild deer in Richmond Park. And this is all in London. You know, we've got so much woodland. It's in London, I'm just talking about London here. So much woodland, so many parkland, so much open space. And you start to question, how overpopulated are we really, you know? How overpopulated are we? I mean, you go to Scotland, for example, and I think the population of Scotland's about 3 million, maybe. I mean, you go to the Highlands of Scotland, I've been there last year, it's wilderness. Miles and miles of hills and valleys and mountains. There's nobody there. And this is UK, which is a densely populated country, allegedly, apparently. So you got, I think something like 65 or 66 million population UK. More densely, I think there's more people in the UK than France. France is probably twice the size of the UK. Not sure about the population number, but they say 7 billion, maybe 8 billion people in the world. How do they know that? How do they count that? Don't know. Don't know. How do they count that? Don't know. But there's a lot of open space. And I've travelled on planes, long distance, long haul flights. Been to India and Philippines to the east. I've been to America to the west. It's a golf course now. Heavily populated, heaving with people. And I've travelled, you know, I've looked down, see mountain ranges full of lush of green valleys. There's nothing there. There's nobody. There might be the odd farm, the odd village. Plenty of room. Most of the landmass is unpopulated. Most of the landmass is unpopulated. And over America as well, North America, man. Flying over North America, over Canada, going to California, went over the Arctic region, it was all iced up. Now you saw mountains and forest and nothing, no sign of any human habitation whatsoever. And you look at the old maps, right, going back just a few hundred years, 1500s, 1600s, even 1700s. The maps are a bit different. They said because they had cartographers, they couldn't fly. This is what they say. They didn't really know the lay of the land too much. They show California's an island separate from the mainland, and there's a bit of wind going on. I hope it's still the sound. A bit of a breeze. I get behind these trees here to shelter the breeze a bit. So oh yeah, there's this bench. There's a bench here in the shade. Nice and cool. It's about 28 degrees today. So yeah, you've got that. You've got maps of North America where the Great Lakes are not even there. Well, you've got a city called Chilago, whereas Chicago is now. You've got Iceland, you've got Greenland, you've got Siberia, which is now all uninhabited, and Greenland's covered in an ice sheet. You've got maps with Greenland with like towns and villages all the way up to the north, all drawn in, named towns, villages, little castles and stuff like that, you know. Iceland too, and an island called Friesland, which is no longer included on the map. You don't see that anymore. It's south of, it's half the size of Iceland. It's just a bit south of, just a little south of Iceland. It's half the size of Iceland. Got maps. It's got like, towns on it. It's all written in Latin. North Africa, where the Sahara Desert is, full of towns. It's all green. The colour in green. They've got towns all over it. Little castles. They've got like towns and rivers and all kinds of stuff. All detailed. Siberia. All the places which are now completely empty of people. Now, the Sahara Desert, Siberia, the Siberia tundra, Greenland, such places. Back in the, it's maps depicting fully populated, fertile, livable land just a few hundred years ago, 300, 400, 500 years ago, you know. And it does beg the question, doesn't it? Was there more people in the world back then than there is now? They said the population's exploding. They said back in the Middle Ages there's only like maybe 1 billion people in the world, or less than 1 billion people. And now they say there's 7 or 8 billion people. It's all inverted. You've got to know everything they tell you, the mainstream establishment tells you, it's inverted by 180 degrees. It's 180 degrees inversion going on here. And it's more of a population, it's not explosion, population reduction. It's the population drop. I mean, even and now, since the last 3 years, the Britney Spears concerts and the boosters, and the Soviet Union, the death rate now, and the Soviet Union actually didn't cause it. Lockdown caused death, Madaslam caused death, and the Britney Spears and boosters caused death. But the Soviet Union itself, as a thing that flies through the air, that was a non-existent thing, and that's just the excuse. So now we're up 2,000 plus people per week excess deaths in the UK. I can add that up to more than 100,000 people excess deaths. The birth rate's dropped. So yeah, we're already on a population drop now, you know. And I think it's been the case for the last few hundred, if not a few thousand years.